You are listening to the Certified Personal Trainer Podcast, a show by personal trainers for personal trainers. It's time to become a better trainer, get more clients, and change more lives. And now, here's your host, the head coach and founder of Fitness Mentors, Eddie Lester.
Hey guys, welcome to Fitness Mentors Certified Personal Trainer Podcast. I am your host, Eddie Lester, and welcome back to another amazing episode in which we are going to be getting into how to create content for your personal training business. So we know social media has a very good effect on potentially getting clients, building your brand, helping people to discover you. So we wanted to help you create some content for your personal training business, to basically teach you how to do so, what type of content, and we're actually sharing 5 specific steps and or tips from our new coach, Alex Cartmill. Alex, this is a shout out to you. We will actually be having him on the podcast next week to discuss his experiences and over a decade or more, maybe even 2 decades of personal training experience, fitness industry experience, and can't wait for that. But before we do so, this is actually pulled directly from our Discord. Alex is very active in our Discord and sharing a ton of amazing tips. So for those of you that have not joined our Discord yet, pause this video, pause this podcast right now, click the link in the show notes below and jump on in, because we've actually had over 100 people join in the last 24 hours, and there's a ton of amazing content being shared by our coaches, other fitness experts, 6-figure trainers, we'll say celebrity personal trainers, a lot of different types of people in there, bodybuilders, tons of great fitness enthusiasts in there. So definitely join that now. But aside from that, let's go ahead and get started with number 1 of these tips, or of these steps for creating effective content for your personal training business. All right, number 1 is going to be highlight who you are as a professional. So this is what can you post? Definitely first step is highlight who you are as a professional. So what do you do? This could be anywhere from what you do as far as with your clients to what you do professionally to maintain the way towards your goals, to maintain your goals or achieve your goals. What do you do on a daily basis as a professional? Highlight your day-to-day. Maybe you can highlight a bit about one aspect of your day or training a specific client. Highlight all about what you actually do as a fitness professional. Next, who do you help? So talk about the people that you help. Maybe not directly, because we don't want to share anything private, but talk about a client experience, or maybe talk about the types of people that you help, or your niche that you actually help. And then also, what problems do you help those people solve? Or what problems do you as a professional help people solve? This is a huge, we'll say, draw for potentially new clients. When you show people that you help your clients achieve X, Y, Z with your specific process, this is a great way to connect with those out there that are really looking to solve the same problem. And if you're doing a great job and have really identified your niche population or your target market, that is going to be a problem that a lot of those people have. So showing people, what problems you solve as a professional is an amazing thing to do as well. And then also show people you're an expert in your craft as a professional. So all of this stems from number 1, which is highlight who you are as a professional. But then we have all these additional things that I'm kind of adding. So show people you are an expert in your craft. So talk about your expertise. Talk about the sciences behind what you do. Talk about things of that nature. That's really going to allow you to reach someone in a way that says, I'm very good at what I do. I have the expertise to help people, and that will really draw them to want to take advantage of your services potentially. All right, number 2 is highlight who you are as a human. Okay, so we talked about you as a professional. That is a great, we'll say, percentage of your content because that's what you do and that's what you help people with and help people to achieve specific goals as a professional. But talk about yourself. You as a human is almost more important than you as a professional. And some people would even argue that it is more important because people don't connect with you, the professional, as much as they might connect with you, the human. So with that in mind, what are you passionate about? Why are you passionate about what you do? Talk about that personally. Maybe who are you outside of your fitness career? Talk about your family and your friends and your pets and your activities that you do, your hobbies, your interests. Those are so important for connecting on a human-to-human level. This is something that will really draw people to just listen to you and respect you, and then also, feel like they are a part of your community and they know you. When people feel like they know you, they trust you, and that's a very, very, very important step to the content creation process and really just the business building and brand building process. All right, next is give some people something to relate to on a personal level. So are you going through a personal struggle currently? Are you going through something exciting that you want to share? But how can your audience relate to you on a personal level? Maybe you fall into your target population's same category. Maybe you are a postpartum mother that wanted to lose the 30 pounds of baby weight, and that's what you're helping other people do. Talk about your struggles that they can relate to. Talk about your achievements. Talk about something funny that relates for you having a child, things like that. That is a great way to show your personality and really create a personal experience with your followers in your social media. All right, now let's go to number 3. So first 2 are highlight who you are as a professional, and then highlight who you are as a human. Number 3 is going to be communicate with people publicly. And I love this one that Alex created because your experience that you're putting out into the social media sphere is one of I respond to everyone and I'm very active and I talk with people and I care, or it's I post content and then just let the content do the talking. The first or the prior one is a significantly better because when people see you responding to their comments, when people see you interacting with other people's comments, that really lets them know that you care about those people. And also it tells the Facebook and Instagram and other social media algorithms that you are very active. And when you are more active, that encourages other people to be more active, which then keeps people on their platform longer. That's really what the algorithm is there to do, is to keep people on their platform so they can sell advertisements. So we know that as social media experts at Fitness Mentors, it's very important that you are consistently commenting when people reach out to you, or responding to the DMs, or to really respond to other people's feeds as well, or other people's images and things like that. But communicate with people very publicly, create content that sparks conversation, and then respond to every comment you receive, and then be purposeful about building a community and showing you care about them. So that's the entire one there. But responding to every comment you receive is the way that you publicly display your communication. If you have good communication publicly, you are going to be very good at communication privately. That shows your audience that you are going to be a great responder, a great communicator, and someone that really keeps in touch and truly helps them towards their goals. So once again, communicate with people publicly and make sure everybody sees where you're communicating with them. Anyone that goes to any of your we'll say posts will see that you have responded to every single thing, every single comment, every single DM, things like that. It's very important to do that, as that's really going to once again build the algorithm and show people that you care publicly. So what you've done, you've highlighted yourself as a professional, all of those good tips. You've highlighted yourself as a human, and then you are communicating with people based on the content that you put out. 3 amazing tips from Coach Alex. Number 4, we have 5 total. Number 4 is going to be to communicate with people privately. Okay, so we talked about the DM on the last one, but reach out and build meaningful relationships through direct messaging and messaging. This really is going to, tell the algorithm that people are responding to you, and your DMs are very, very, we'll say, important, and people respond to them. But it's also going to allow you to start the process of, we'll say, client acquisition. And this isn't necessarily just a 100% business tip. This is just something that you should do on a regular basis based on the people that are most active around your social media profiles. Reach out to them personally. If you were always commenting on a public figure's, we'll say, posts, you love them, or you really enjoy their stuff, they're famous, we'll say, and they always see you commenting and they send you a direct message, do you know how much that would light up your life, or how happy and excited you'd be to get that direct message? People feel that way about your content, especially if you're consistently putting out great content that truly helps people. That really, in a social media environment, and with social media psychology just in general, and human behavior and human psychology, reaching out to people directly and making them feel heard and welcomed and understood to some degree is a massive way to create trust, as well as really make a meaningful connection that leads to potentially something further down the road. But on top of that, respond to every DM you receive. If people reach out to you, if you put out a lot of great content, you get tens and tens of DMs a day, that is something that you're going to want to make sure you respond to every single one. One that's not responded to does tell the algorithm that potentially you might not be responding and might knock you down a tiny bit. Make sure that you do respond to every single DM, and that just makes people feel good as well, kind of like I previously mentioned. Also, ask questions and show genuine interest in others. So ask them questions, get the conversation started. That helps people to spend more time on the platform, but it also builds the relationship that you're looking for potentially creating customers for yourself or adding new clients. And then finally, always follow up. So if you go through your DMs and there's something that might be left unfinished, respond, follow up, connect with people more. The more that you communicate through these platforms and with people individually, the higher likelihood of you being successful on these platforms for sure. All right, now number 5, be you. Okay, so this is something that I'm learning about even every single day. When we think about who we are as individuals, that's more relatable. And we talked about this in the step 2, or the tip 2. But being relatable is all about being you and sharing who you are, sharing what you love, but doing it with your personality, not trying to have a persona or a front for your social media or be someone different. No, it's be you. And by me even admitting that I am not as good at this is me being myself. But what it's taken me, a bit to really realize that I can share something while driving my kids to school. That was something that a lot of you guys responded to on social media, is that more people watched and were engaged with my same talking head, but it was while I was driving my kid to school, and you can see my kid in the background waving, and it was kind of funny. That is me. That is who I am. I'm a father of 4. I think, did I mention that we welcomed a baby girl into our lives about 2 weeks ago? So if I didn't mention that on the last podcast, that is what we've been doing lately as a family or as a person. But with that, it's really about, or continuing with my story, the more that I am myself, the better you guys respond. And so that's just a tip, or we'll say something that you guys can play off of is just, where are you? What do you do? Show that, be yourself, and that really responds, or people will really respond well to that. And yeah, once again, don't try to be like someone else. Don't try to be like everyone else, and truly let your authenticity shine. So who you are as a person. If you like something or don't like something, share about it, assuming it's relatable to your audience. Share your feelings. Share the way that you're feeling about a certain situation, about your goals, or are you feeling down about it? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you ecstatic? Are you pumped up, who knows? Share who you are authentically, and that is going to have an amazing response from your audience. All right, and truly, there is only one you on this entire planet. Make sure that that's who you truly are. Embrace it and use it to your advantage. So when we think about these 5 tips, they seem so simple. Once again, highlight who you are as a professional, highlight who you are as a human, communicate with people publicly, meaning anyone on your social medias, that is the public. You share or you comment and you talk to everyone there. Communicate with people so that other people can see. Communicate with people publicly. And then communicate with people privately and respond to every DM. And then once again, be authentic. Be you. That's so important because that is really what wraps all of this together in a nice little bow. Now, you may be asking, okay, so now what types of content do I create? This is where you come up with it. And I'm also still learning about this, but if I am not at the gym, or if I'm not exercising and something comes to my mind, it's record it, talk to your audience, put it out there. That's as simple as it needs to be. You don't have to set up a crazy, lighting system with a tripod to do one simple piece of content. Content is created based on your daily life as a professional, as a human, and authentically. So, right now, me pulling out my phone and saying, "Hey guys, I'm recording a podcast. Say hi. Also, just want to let you know, blah 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 blah." That is a time in which I can create content, even in the middle of a podcast that I'm doing right now. But really think about, or don't think too much about what the content needs to look like or be. Follow those 5 steps, and you guys will be very, very happy with the progress that happens over time. And I say over time because you can do this for 1 week and get nowhere. But if you consistently utilize these tips and put out content and follow and communicate with everyone publicly and privately for months at a time, typically we suggest at least 3 months of consistency to see the uptick in, we'll say, views, follows, things like that. At a minimum, you have to be consistent for 3 months. And obviously, don't stop after 3 months after you see that progress. But if you consistently do that, it will only grow your following because you are resonating with people based on your target population, who you are as a professional, as a human, authentically, communicating all over. And that is really the steps to success in or on social media, or creating content on social media as a fitness professional, as a personal trainer. All right, guys, thanks so much for checking out the Certified Personal Trainer podcast, and I will see you next week as we introduce Coach Alex. I will see you then. Cheers, guys.
As always, thanks for listening to the Certified Personal Trainer podcast. You can learn more about fitness mentors at fitnessmentors.com. Be sure to share this podcast on social media. And remember, we are here to help you succeed.